36%. So I will be back here with 36%. We are now on another buck. Another buck. There it is. 80% state of charge, 300 kilometers. I haven't charged to 80% for a long time. And we are going to Brisbane today, picking up some more batteries for my other YouTube channel, the Off-Grid Garage. I just keep making advertising, you know. It's good. 1 hour, 6 minutes of driving, 80 kilometers. I think this country is not as big as they always say. It just takes a long time to get there. Oh, I need to close the gate. Good morning everyone, welcome back to another episode here on Unplugged TV. Cloudy, cool Australia, 24 degrees we have. We had some rain this morning. Drizzle. That's not rain. But I thought I'll change the weather a little bit for my European, especially my UK viewers, because they're so used to it. And they're always saying, we love your weather. Well, it's not always like this, but 99.9% of the time. This is very unusual. It's so good this morning to smell the rain, you know, after a long period of not having rain, and have this smell. It's just amazing. So we are enjoying 1 hour, 5 minute driving to Brisbane today. And I want to talk about something, well, I don't know. By the way, I put you in this position here, like the passenger position, you know, you can see all the cockpit, you can see me, you can see a little bit of outside. So I thought this is a different perspective than just looking outside or just watching me. It gives you an overview what's going on in the car here. The topic I want to talk about is of course full self-driving. Everyone is talking about it, you know. Full self-driving beta is out in the US for a while. More and more people are getting it. They're slowly expanding the whole situation there. And of course everyone is talking about it. And heaps of videos out there. What's going on here? Can I not turn?
Now turn left onto a regular highway.
Yeah, I want to turn left. Ah, yeah, they're doing some work on the highway. That's fine. That's cool with me. He's changing lanes behind me. 80 in chill mode. So good. So at the beginning, when full self-driving beta came out, oh, look at this, even I turned even on the rain for you. How good is that? Hey, we're getting some rain while we are driving. I'm not sure if the wipers are still working. I don't know. Okay, put this thing in autopilot here, done. I watched a lot of full self-driving videos at the beginning when they came out online. You know, you follow all these channels then and watch this. And well, pretty much it's all the same. It's different experiences people have, but what you watch is the same. The car drives in city traffic. It handles roundabouts more or less. Oncoming traffic, turns, traffic lights, pedestrians. Here they were. I just seen the wipers coming on. Amazing. And of course they're reporting back to Tesla. Tesla fixes certain things, pushes out new versions for them, and the full self-driving train is running faster and faster and faster. So they are developing the software, they are evolving the software, making it better, and updating these cars in this beta test environment frequently. I think it's every couple of days. Sometimes I heard they're getting an update every night, every day. they're getting updates frequently, and they can be in contact with the Tesla engineers, sending emails with explanations what was happened, what the experience was, and all this stuff, you know, which is good. This is how you develop. You work together with your customers and develop, make the software better to get to the outcome you want to get to. I wish we had this with the other car before. So, and here we are about 5, 6, 8 weeks in this test now, and for about 3 or 4 weeks I have stopped watching these videos because they were kind of boring. It was the same on all the channels. It cannot handle this roundabout, and now after the update it can do it better, but still I need to interfere, I need to do this and that. It's still not 100% good. So I thought this whole thing gets a bit boring now. It's not, you're watching the same again and again and again and again and again. So I'm still getting all my news feed in YouTube with all the thumbnails, and it says self-driving, full self-driving beta in city traffic, full self-driving beta, and it's 44 minutes of watching someone driving in full self-driving. Nice. It's good. I like it. I like the development of this whole software stuff. This is all good. But then I started thinking myself, what actually happens if they can pull this off? So just think this through for a moment. Maybe another year, another 2 years of time until Tesla pulls off full self-driving. So the car can then drive itself on level 4, 4 plus, 4.5, whatever it's called. It's not 5. So level 4. So you tell the car where you want to go and the car drives there. But you are still in the seat, you are in control. If something happens, you still need to supervise the car, I think, kind of. I don't know what level 5 point or 5 plus exactly means, but this is what I think it may be. You need to be still in the seat, at least. If you do still supervision, I don't know, you may or may not. Oh, beautiful clouds there ahead of us. I hope we're getting more rain. It always rains when we go to Brisbane to pick something exciting up, right? The last time we picked up the solar panels and it was pouring down. Okay, so we've got 2022, the 4th of April, and Tesla announced full self-driving is not beta anymore, it is complete now. All the cars who have purchased full self-driving will get full self-driving, except these cars which don't have the appropriate hardware. So older models, hardware 2, hardware 1, 1.5, 2.5, they don't get it because they don't have the hardware to handle that. What are they doing? I don't know. Some people have been upgraded to 3. Some older cars, they are not possible to be upgraded. But regardless, what is Tesla going to do? They will keep the existing fleet, of course, on this planet here, and maintain this with full self-driving, of course. But what are they doing in terms of new sales? Is Tesla still selling cars to everyone? And probably you would say, why would they stop? Of course, they will sell heaps. Well, do they? Is it not better for them, more efficient, more effective, to sell only to fleet businesses? You know, if you're a taxi fleet or something and they say, okay, let's get 500 of your self-driving Teslas into Australia and deploy them to all major cities and replace all the taxis there, everyone, all the cars, and there will be only Model 3s, Model S, full self-driving, done. And then you probably make $350,000 per car per year with these cars. So far more than you would do with a taxi, because you pay the driver, you pay the maintenance for the cars and everything else, you know. This would be all included in these self-driving fleet cars then. Well, you don't need a driver anymore. They just go. They will disappear. like farriers and farmers, you know, when they shifted from horses to cars. So I think it will be far more efficient for Tesla to stop selling cars to the public, to everyone, and keep the cars only for fleet environments or for their own Tesla network even. You know, that's what was announced a long time ago, the Tesla network. And then yes, you can join, you can put your car on this Tesla network as well. And it acts like a robo-taxi. When you are at work, it drives off and drives other people to different destinations and everything. And you get the money, you get part of the money. The majority will go to Tesla for that, for their network, which is fine, maybe. So from a pure finance perspective, they should stop selling cars as soon as they have full self-driving completed. It does not make any sense at all to sell cars to individual persons. You only have grief, you only get maintenance requests, you know. You have to interact with single persons for a single car. The whole service perspective on this from a car manufacturer is just too much. It is insane, right? It will be much easier for Tesla to deal only with fleet customers, of course. The whole mission of Tesla is to transition to a sustainable energy. And the most effective way is to replace many cars with only a few and make them more efficient and more sustainable. Yeah, make it worth for them to drive on these roads, you know. You probably can replace 100,000 normal cars with only 5,000 or 7,000 robo-taxi cars and put them on the Tesla network. They're talking about 5 to 7% they can replace with these cars. So this would take a lot of cars out of our roads and replace them with a small amount of cars for everyone to use. You get your app on your phone, you book in your calendar appointment with your dentist on Monday morning, and the car will be there at your house to pick you up and then drive you to the dentist, and then afterwards you get another car, drive you back home. So transport as a service. This is essentially where we are heading to. There will be no car ownership anymore, eventually. And it's hard to think about this because we are so used to having a car for the last 100 years. We just are used to that, you know. I mean, we've got all our crap in our cars here. We've got stuff in the boot, stuff here in our center consoles, and we've got just everything with us all the time. There is a shift in the society which will come. We won't own cars anymore, that many, in 10 years time, in 2030. I'm 100% sure about that. Until then, I'm sure either Tesla or anyone else, they have pulled off full self-driving, and we have robo-taxis by then. So I'm almost certain this will happen in the next 10 years. Even I'm always saying it is 5 years plus away, which I think it is still. Even they can pull it off from a technical perspective, but from a legal perspective and from a society acceptance perspective, I mean, everyone you are talking about full self-driving and saying there will be no person in the seat anymore and the car drives itself, they are just shaking their heads and say, well, I cannot imagine that. So, and this shift of thinking, how we travel, this will a complete shift. And this is a similar shift from the horse to the car. It will be totally different. So, and I thought this is an interesting thinking about the very near future with all these cars, you know, when they are full self-driving, and how do we deal with that? Is it still worth buying a car? I mean, there will be all the other manufacturers which don't have full self-driving, like Volkswagen, Audi, and Nissan. All the Leafs, they don't have full self-driving. You know, they've got the steering assist stuff and whatever. That's fine, but they don't have full self-driving. So people should buy these ones. But the Teslas, if they drive themselves, there's no need for anyone to buy that. And if they buy one with full self-driving, how much will this cost? Because if you can make $250,000-300,000 a year with putting your car on a robo-taxi network, how much does this car cost? How much is it worth? Certainly not $66,000 as now, plus full self-driving package. I mean, it could be $66,000 for the base model like this one, and then another $150,000 for the full self-driving package. Because then now, if you buy full self-driving, this is not for fun and making YouTube videos. This is a business. This is a serious business you are doing, you know? You are putting your car onto a network. You let this car driving itself and picking up other people. You make money with it. So they won't give you full self-driving for 10 grand anymore, or 20 or 30. I think this is not going to happen. The value of such a car is insane. It is super, super high. And therefore they will sell this value because they cannot make the money themselves with this car. They don't own this car anymore. They own the network, but not the car. There are some interesting combinations and thoughts you can make out of all this, what is happening right now. I'm not sure what will happen, but it's super interesting, I think, to see what is going to happen. What will be the future with these cars? Tesla in particular, because they are so far ahead of anyone else. And I like this idea of transport as a service with an app on your phone, and you book a car in advance. When you want to go to the beach, you get a Cybertruck. It drives you to the beach. If you go for a bus excursion with your friends, you get a seven-seater Model X. If you go just shopping, you get a small Model 3. If you go to IKEA to pick up furniture, you get a Model X with tow option to tow a trailer, right? So it's really interesting to see what is going on. And I would be super happy to use this transport as a service. So this transport as a service will come in cities, of course, first, because this is where the majority of people live. It makes sense. Spaces are rare, spaces are expensive, spaces are tight. So you need to replace as many cars in these areas with robo-taxis to free up space, make these places more livable. And there's eventually no reason for you anymore to own a car. You know, you pay $5,000-6,000 a year to pay it off from the bank, to maintain it, to fill it up with fuel or electrons, whatever you have. If you can have transport as a service for, say, $1,000 a year, covers everything, covers all your needs. Everything is included in this price, you know, maintenance, insurance, everything is just included. So there's no need to own a car anymore. And it doesn't make sense from a financial perspective, and also not from a practical perspective, because you're bound to this one car you own. You know, I don't have a tow bar, I need one. What's going on? Where do I get a tow bar from? What is the deal with it? She's driving like a maniac here, all the time, left, right, left, right, left, right. Then speeds up all the time, slows down, is behind me, in front of me, and now she drives 100 here in the 80 zone. Oh well, I'm in chill mode. So as I just said, I would be happy to give this car back to Tesla, get a payout, and pay for a transport as a service. And then I can have the car I need when I need it. And if I don't need a car, I've got nothing. I don't need a car. It's parked in my carport for days if I work from home, but I still pay for it. And this is just a wrong system in itself. There is a stationary radar, and then they all slow down to 80, 85, 90, and then afterwards they speed up again. I mean, it's a 100-kilometer zone here. It's a 100-kilometer road. You can drive 100 then, and your speedometer is a little bit ahead anyway. Yeah, well, as I said, I really stopped watching these videos now on YouTube. I watch one here and there, but exactly only for a few minutes. Oh, I don't know, a car coming. only for a few minutes, because it is the same as before. Yes, they are improving, but I've seen it now. I know what the car can do, and I'm sure they can pull it off. I'm not sure if it will be in 6 months or 6 years, because at the moment they're having a lot of success fast, but you are just getting the bulk of the scenarios out there very quickly. You capture all these situations in the software, and the software can handle these situations then. But they are getting maybe to 80-90%, maybe 95%, but then there are always these 5% of cases what the car can still not handle, and these last 5% will probably take another 2 years or 3 years or 4 years or 5. You know, just think about snow on the road, heavy fog, objects on the road. Someone has lost a mattress or a cushion or something, you know. How is the car handling that? There are so many edge cases, corner cases, and these are all packed in these last 5%. They are probably like at 40% at the moment, the standard situations you capture, but then it gets harder and harder and harder to get these last percentages out of it. I know the neural network will help with that, and it will eventually develop its own solutions for certain situations, but this is not where we are yet. And people are still saying, oh, it is full self-driving is here, we will get it next year. No, you won't. No. There's no way they will roll this out to everyone next year in 2021, if you watch this later. There's no way for that. They will probably even stop at some stage to roll it out to more people and work with what they have to refine the neural network. You know, and then there are the other people, of course. They don't want full self-driving. They don't want the car to drive themselves. Not because they are scared, they just don't see the point. They are happy with autopilot. You know, the car has some steer, braking, acceleration, assist, support for the driver. And this is all they want. This is all they need. So they may still buy Teslas and other cars without full self-driving and drive themselves. They want to feel the road. So it will be very interesting how this all develops over the next couple of years, how we are going along with this development of technology and how we accept it from a social and community perspective. Alright guys, I think I leave this with you for the moment. I just want to share these interesting thoughts with you. I think they are interesting. And see what you are coming up with, what your responses to this are. What do you think? Where are we heading to? What will be the mobile society looking in 10 years time? Are we still owning a car? I mean, people still own horses, you know. It's not like we don't have horses anymore. But this is more a leisure, a pleasure object now. It's not being used for transport. Will this be the same with cars? Alright guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all your support here on the channel and on Patreon. And this is Andy from Unplugged TV Australia signing off. You stay charged, and we will see us again in the next video very soon. Check out my other channel, the Off-Grid Garage, here on YouTube. I linked this at the end of the video. If you are interested in solar and battery storage, we will charge the Teslander from this battery I'm building at the moment in the night. The batteries have been charged with solar during the day. This is the overall goal, but we're doing a lot of side projects as well on this channel, having lots of fun, having lots of discussions and developing skills to set up our own solar system and battery storage. Okay guys, thank you so much again. See you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this different view. Bye bye. Alright folks, I'm back home from my 176.0 kilometer trip, about 30 kilometers in the city and the rest highway driving, 114 watt hours per kilometers. No aircon, it's only 22 outside, that was fine, but rain and wet roads, 114. Insane.